In this lesson, we're going to be actually installing the Oracle software product. So this is the same Oracle software that runs enterprise systems all over the world, the same database system that's the most popular among companies on the planet. And so we've downloaded the software here in the form of these two zip files. Again, this is the full and exact software that is used in any enterprise database system that's running Oracle. When we extract these two files, we'll have a database folder. This will be created for us when we do the extraction. We take a look in here. Notice we have a setup.exe, a welcome page, and most of the other directories through here, particularly like stage, are going to be XML files and then all the components involved in the installation. This folder will be called response, and this is to hold response files. So these are going to be the files that can either be created or generated by the Oracle installer that we can use for a silent install. Click the setup.exe. What it's doing now is loading the Java components necessary to run the software. And we have our first page. So we'll just step through each one of these pages in the wizard. This is step 1 of 11, you can notice. So the first question it asks us is to provide our email address to be informed of security issues. So Oracle will issue security patches from time to time, and this gives us the opportunity to put our email here and allow Oracle to contact us when security patches are available. Typically, they're available every quarter, but they do send out an email. It also gives us the ability here to receive security updates via the My Oracle Support website. So My Oracle Support is a website that we can log into and access when our company buys a software license. So as a learner, you would not have a My Oracle Support account available to you unless you happen to work for a company that does. And it gives you an opportunity to put your password in here to let it directly log into Oracle Support. So we're going to deselect that, leave our email blank, and click Next. And it gives us a warning here. It says, you haven't provided an email address. Do you wish to remain uninformed? So we'll say yes to that. The next step is for software updates themselves. So software updates outside of security patches. So what this allows the installer to do is after the installation, it allows it to check for updates, patches, and then download them in some form. So we actually download them to us from My Oracle Support, and we put our username and password. We have to put proxy settings in, and that will download the updates and apply them during our installation. At this time, 12c doesn't really have any updates. Next, we could use the pre-downloaded software updates. So we've downloaded them, let's say, we've stored them on this machine. We could browse to those packages, then their location would appear here. For our purposes, we'll skip the software updates. Next, we have the option of what kind of install are we going to do. This installer, the OUI, will install the Oracle database software, but it doesn't necessarily have to create a database. So here we're given the option to select for create and configure a database. And all this will do is initiate another wizard after the installation is complete that allows us to step through the creation of a database. For the purposes of this lesson, we're going to choose install database software only. However, we could also do an upgrade from the installer as well if we wish. Next is the type of database installation we're wanting to perform, either a single instance, an Oracle Real Applications clustering database installation, or what's called Rack 1 node, which is the same thing as Oracle Real Application clusters, only on one machine, and it provides less failover, but it helps with some things like patching. For our purposes here, we're going to do a single instance database installation. Next is the available languages in order to run in the Oracle database. So we have an array of different languages here. You're welcome to select any language that you wish. We're going to leave the default for our purposes here as English and click Next. The next option we have is what database edition do we want to install? So this will come down to what our company has paid for. Have they paid for the Enterprise Edition or some other lower cost edition? So the Enterprise Edition will be pretty much everything in terms of software. Standard Edition is limited to a certain number of CPUs and includes less features. Standard Edition 1 has even fewer features. And then Personal Edition is used for deployment, development, prototyping, those kind of things, where you can buy a named user license that will allow you to pay far less for the Oracle software, but just not use it on an enterprise scale. And notice that the package sizes are different here as well. For our purposes, we're going to go ahead and install the Enterprise Edition with the full amount of software and all the features, and click Next. Next, we have the selection of a Windows user. This is a screen that wouldn't be present during a Linux installation. So most of these screens are exactly what we would see if we were doing a Linux or Unix installation. This one's a little bit different. So we can use an existing Windows user. We could create a new user, such as Oracle, or we can use a Windows built-in account that the installer will handle for us. So we're going to go ahead and select the Windows built-in account and click Next. Then it gives us a warning here. Oracle recommends that we have a specific user account. Do we want to continue? And we'll go ahead and say yes.